This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. So the occurrence that I've been talking about for weeks and weeks has finally happened. Donald Trump has officially sued the National Archives for to prevent them from releasing documents related to January 6th. As I've said before, and I will continue to say, because of course, if you are dedicated to the prospect of truth, if you want to get to the bottom of what actually took place during the insurrection at the United States Capitol, what do? You sue to suppress the release of the documents. Right. I'm going to read a little bit from this NBC article, followed by an actual statement from Benny Thompson, chairman of the committee from Mississippi, and vice chairwoman Liz Cheney from Wyoming. This article, Trump sues January 6th committee, National Archives, seeking to block handover of documents. The committee has demanded records from Trump White House related to January 6th riot. Now, when they say Trump White House, they mean the previous administration, the documents during which are now stored at the National Archives. Joe Biden has given the approval to release these documents. It's probably contained in here. But because Donald Trump does not have executive privilege anymore, he is not the president. He may want to act like he's the president with his fake presidential seal that he uses, his tweaked version of the presidential seal so he doesn't fall into legal trouble. But he is not the president. He's the ex-president of the United States. Reading from this article, former President Donald Trump has sued to block any handover of documents sought from the National Archives by the Congressional Committee investigating the January 6th riot. The suit names both the committee and the National Archives as defendants. It says the committee's subpoena is invalid because the committee has no power of investigation, and it says the material should be protected by executive privilege. The House committee requested documents in March and August from the National Archives that it said were related to the Trump administration's actions before, during, and after the January 6th riot at the United States Capitol, when a group of Trump supporters attacked the building in hopes of blocking his electoral defeat. Trump notified the National Archives that he has formally asserted executive privilege. Not a thing. No, you didn't. You may have acted like you did, Donald Trump, but you did not, because you do not hold executive privilege to assert. President Joe Biden, however, current seated president of the United States, Joe Biden, however, concluded that the privilege should not apply. The White House counsel, Dana Remus, said the documents, quote, shed light on events within the White House on and about January 6th and bear on the select committee's need to understand the facts underlying the most serious attack on the operations of the federal government since the Civil War. White House spokesperson Michael Gwynn said in response to the lawsuit that Trump, quote, abused the office of the presidency and attempted to subvert a peaceful transfer of power. The former president's actions represented a unique and existential threat to our democracy that can't be swept under the rug. As President Biden determined, the constitutional protections of executive privilege should not be used to shield information that reflects a clear and apparent effort to subvert the Constitution itself. Now, one of the most interesting aspects of this story is the lawyer to which Donald Trump went for support, because Donald Trump famously has a difficult time finding adequate and decent and professional representation because he doesn't like to pay his bills. The billionaire doesn't like to pay his bills. The lawsuit was filed by an Alexandria, Virginia lawyer, Jesse Binnall, who is representing Trump in 4 civil lawsuits filed over the January 6th riot. He joined, this tells you everything you need to know, this next sentence about this Jesse character. He joined Texas lawyer Sidney Powell in representing Michael Flynn, the former national security advisor and traitor to his nation, Michael Flynn. And he represented Trump in an unsuccessful lawsuit seeking to overturn Biden's victory in Nevada. So here we are. Here's the statement from the committee, from the chairman and vice chairwoman. Thompson and Cheney statement on the former president's lawsuit. October 18th, 2021. Chairman Benny G. Thompson, Democrat of Mississippi, and Vice Chair Liz Cheney, Republican of Wyoming, today made the following statement. The former president's clear objective is to stop the Select Committee from getting to the facts around January 6th, and his lawsuit is nothing more than an attempt to delay and obstruct our probe. Precedent and law are on our side. Executive privilege is not absolute, and President Biden has so far declined to invoke the privilege. Additionally, there's a long history of the White House accommodating congressional investigative requests when the public interest outweighs other concerns. It's hard to imagine a more compelling public interest than trying to get answers about an attack on our democracy and an attempt to overturn the results of an election. Furthermore, the Select Committee's authority to seek these records is clear. We'll fight the former president's, we call him the ex-president. You should too, committee. We'll fight the ex-president's attempt to obstruct our investigation while we continue to push ahead successfully with our probe on a number of other fronts. My prediction would be Donald Trump will fail in this effort, as he has with every other effort, almost every single other effort related to his attempt to overturn the election of 2020. In court, no less. This isn't going anywhere. It might slow, it may delay some progress, but the committee today is voting to hold Steve Bannon in contempt, which will then go to a full House vote on the floor of the House, then be forwarded on to the Department of Justice. We're going to see it. I know some of you are dismayed, you're disheartened, you're depressed, whatever word you want to use. We're finally starting to see some action here. There is news to be happy about, to be uplifted about. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think about all of this. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Thanks for joining me today and every day that you do. I appreciate your time, your attention, your engagement. It's fantastic. Follow me on social media. That's a decent enough time. That doesn't cost you anything. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.